Hello all, my name is Krish Nayak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, I hope everybody has been using Pandas for a long time. Pandas is an amazing library. With the help of Pandas, you analyze the data, you write complicated codes, you work with huge data sets. With respect to feature engineering, with respect to feature transformation, everywhere Pandas library is specifically used. It is one of the most common library that is used by any data scientist. But one problem with respect to Pandas is that when you have a huge data set, usually to write any kind of code and analyze those data with the help of Pandas, with the help of the inbuilt methods that is present in Pandas, it usually takes more time. And that is where this amazing rapid Cudf's Pandas accelerator mode from Nvidia has actually come. Now you can actually use GPU, right? GPU along with your Pandas library to accelerate any kind of analysis code. So what exactly Cudf is? Cudf is a Python GPU data frame library built on Apache Arrow column memory format for loading, joining, aggregating, filtering, and otherwise manipulating tabular data using a data frame style API. That basically means we are going to specifically use Pandas and use along with GPU to, and it is basically called as Pandas accelerator mode, right? And that is where the Cudf library is basically used. You're going to see an amazing demo with respect to this, and we're also going to see that how fast your code is going to become, right? So let's go ahead. Before I go ahead, guys, I really want to quickly announce an amazing AI and data summit, data science virtual summit from Nvidia that is probably on November 8th from 9:30 a.m. And this webinar is going to be quite amazing because here you're going to have a lot of sessions where you'll be joining with industry leaders, researchers, Kaggle grandmasters to learn how emerging data science tools and innovation can drive new insights from your data. And if you probably go and see with respect to the session, this is the entire schedule of the session. And here also we will be getting to know about rapid Cudf also, and how we can accelerate our data science work that we specifically do with Python and Pandas library. Not only that, we'll also be seeing some amazing journey of Kaggle grandmasters, and we'll also be seeing some amazing topics like vector search, which is recently being used a lot in generative AI, right, with respect to large language models. Who are your speakers? Guest moderators, right? With respect to this, you have Jeremy Howard and you have Rob Muller. So you can see that they are founders, researchers, Fast.ai, and senior principal data scientists from H2O.ai. So I hope you go ahead and register this and watch this amazing virtual summit. I hope your learning process will be quite amazing. Now let us go ahead and probably see how we can probably learn this. All these materials will be given in the description of this particular video. So first of all, as usual, we will go ahead and write Nvidia-SMI to just see that what GPU are specifically using. We are using Tesla T4. And this is in Google Colab. I'm going to show you some of the examples, and later on you can probably execute all the remaining part of the code. So with our GPU enabled Colab runtime, we now install Cudf. So first step is basically to install Cudf, and for installing, what you can basically do is that you can just write pip install Cudf cull extra index URL with this particular PyPy URL, right? So once you do this, the installation will probably start. Now once, and again, it depends on your internet speed, it depends on the Google Colab itself, like how fast the installation is going to happen. Once this installation is done, you can see the requirement is already satisfied. Now you can use this Cudf library, understand what Cudf is doing, Pandas, GPU, right? It is a perfect marriage for them to execute the code a little bit more faster. I'll not say a little bit more faster, but more faster. You'll be seeing those timestamps also as we go ahead. Now, once the installation actually happens, then we will import this particular library, that is Cudf. Okay. Please make sure that you try to install in this specific way. Otherwise, you may be getting some kind of errors with respect to Cudf library, right? So here you can see successfully uninstalled number 0.56, and there are a lot of dependencies, right? But this is an amazing library. I definitely tried with some amazing data set, and it gave me some wonderful result. Okay. Now let me go ahead and import the Cudf library. So we will also be importing the Plotly Express for visualizing data. If you want to specifically visualize some data itself, so we'll also be installing this Plotly Express, again a visualization tool, an amazing tool itself. Now, first of all, we are going to take some data over here. There is a data which is called as parking violation issued fiscal year 2022. So this specific data set, we are going to use it. So I'll just open this specific data set and show it to you. And with respect to this particular data set, what we are going to do, we are going to download and we'll do some aggregation operation, group by operation. We'll first of all do with Pandas and then we'll do with Cudf and see how well this is specifically doing. Okay. Now quickly, let's go ahead and do this. And first of all, this data is present in the Parquet format. Okay. We will try to download this. In order to download, we'll use wget, right? This is the Linux command that we specifically use along with the URL of the entire data set. So once we execute this, you'll be able to see that the entire data is basically, it'll get downloaded in the form of this zip file and we'll try to extract that. We'll be extracting it. We'll see this Parquet file. This Parquet file will get downloaded within our folder itself, right? In the Google Colab location where I'm specifically working, right? So probably some amount of time. So I think it is downloaded. It is getting saved. Now what we're going to do, first of all, we'll try to do normal Pandas operation that we usually do, right? So first of all, we'll go ahead and import Pandas, right? And then over here, we are doing pd.read pocket, right? In Pandas, we have this particular functionality. This is my pocket file. I am going to use these columns like registration state, violation description, vehicle body type, issue date, and summon number. Once we do this, and then we are probably going to see the sample data. Initially, we are just doing with Pandas, normal Pandas, how we specifically do feature engineering, data analysis, and all, right? The same way we are probably doing this specific step. So this is my entire sample. Here you can probably see my data, right? But if you probably go ahead and see this data is quite huge. Okay, so let me just go ahead and write df.shape. Okay. So here, this many number of records are there. So it's a huge records. And obviously, if I try to perform this operation with the help of Pandas, it is going to take time, right? Now let's say that which parking violation is most commonly committed by vehicles from various US states. So this is what I'm specifically going to perform, okay? Just to find out which parking violation is mostly committed by vehicles from various US states. So each record in our data set contains the state of registration of the offending vehicle and a type of parking offense. Let's say we want to do the most common type of offense for vehicle registered in different states. So we are going to perform some group by operation. So here I have written df of registration state violation description dot value underscore count group by registration state. Then head of one, sort index and reset index. We are doing this. And what I am actually also going to do, let's execute this. Okay, so we will probably get the answer also. So here you will be able to see that it is going to execute. It is going to take time, right? It is going to take some amount of time. So here I've actually got the output. Okay, so this is how we specifically do it. Now let's go ahead and see one more operation. Okay, which vehicle body types are most frequent involved in parking violation? So here also again we'll do a group by with respect to vehicle body type. Then we'll do an aggregation function where we'll do summon number of count, rename summon number with respect to count, and this is sort underscore values. Okay, so here again we are going to execute this. We are going to just perform some operations, but later on we'll see the time. This will be quite amazing. Just stay for some time and then you will be able to see this. Okay. Similarly, with respect to weekend names, how do parking violation occur, vary across the days of the week? You can also execute this specific code. So that basically means in every days, how is the parking violation that we are probably going to see. So here, first of all, we have assigned some key value pairs like 0, 1, 2, 3. And here you can probably see that most of the parking violation usually, maximum parking violation usually happens in Thursday in this particular case. So here it is the maximum number. It looks like there are few violations on weekends, which makes sense. During the week, more people are driving in New York City. In weekend, most of them take aram break and all. Okay. Now let's see this. This is now important. Okay. The same code that we have probably written on the top, we will try to do this. And this time we are going to just see the time. Okay. And while seeing the time, this is now getting executed by Pandas. There is a huge number of records, as you all know. So we will try to do this and let's see how much time it is going to take. See, registration state, violation description, we're doing some value counts, group by operation and all, right? And we are just going to calculate the time. So overall, it has taken us 11 seconds, right? Total, you can see 14.1 seconds, right? So by that, I'm getting the answer. And similarly, if I do group by with respect to vehicle body type, same code that we have probably written and probably see the CPU time over here, okay? And this we are simply doing it with respect to our Pandas. So here also we can see 2.86 second, 3.05 second. Our main aim with the Cudf library is to bring this to milliseconds. Okay. And that is what I'm going to show you over here. And again, the same thing, the same code that we have already seen on the top. So we'll try to execute this also like within dates, like how's the thing that is going to happen. And by using this module, you'll be able to see the time, right? So here also 5.33 second. Now we will try to use Cudf's Pandas accelerator mode. Now the best thing is that none of the code will change. We just need to activate the Cudf library. That's it. So for to do this, what I will do, first of all, we will restart the kernel. Okay. So here you will be able to see we are restarting the kernel. Okay. Now the kernel has got restarted. We will load this cudf.pandas. Okay. Now we are going to load this. So once you load the cudf.pandas, what will happen is that now see how the time will basically differ. I've executed these lines of code. The same code, first of all, we are reading our data set and then we are applying some aggregate functionality, right? Before it was just with the help of pandas. Now we have activated this extension which is called as cudf.pandas. Now once I execute this, you can probably see the CPU user time was 1.07 seconds and the system time was 530 milliseconds. Now in short, the pandas library is getting used along with the GPU with the help of this specific library, and that is how it is able to perform the aggregate operations. Similarly, you'll be able to see when we probably execute this code also, which is the same code that we executed over there. Now the time is 24.1 milliseconds and the system time is 3.89 milliseconds. Whereas the total second is 28 milliseconds. Before it was 5 seconds, it was 6 seconds, right? And similarly, if you probably see one more example with respect to this, here you are probably getting 144 milliseconds with respect to 26.9 milliseconds. The total is 171 milliseconds. Much faster, right? Operation that probably took 5 to 20 seconds now potentially finish in just milliseconds without changing any code. This is what is the observation that you can probably see out of this, right? So behind the scene, what's going on there? When you load Cudf's Pandas accelerator mode, Pandas type like CDs and data frame are replaced by proxy objects. So they have some kind of reference. It is completely replaced with the proxy object. So that is the reason you can probably see how this amazing Cudf library is working. So you can also start using this. I will be sharing this entire information in the description of this particular video. Again, to probably go ahead with, again, a quick reminder, the AI and Data Science Virtual Summit is basically on November 8, 2023, 9:30 a.m. PT time. So please go ahead and register now. This was it from my side. I hope you like this particular video. I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you, one all. Take care. Bye-bye.